Hi, hello, welcome back. Today we have Anthem Wolf Win or Lose Fight 2024 Anthem Concert Tour second to none or something like that. Now this is off the webtoon. Um so I thought, might as well, since I did a reaction to Lucifer, I might as well just do one for Anthem as well for like my birthday week. I think this is literally the only song for the webtoon. Hopefully actually have an album. Especially since like The Witch of Beerside is coming out soon. Um, I would love an album. I would love an album for the web series, webtoons. But yeah, I have listened to the song multiple times. I have not seen performances for it at all. Um, I just know that this one was recommended to me by other people. Lune is not on like YouTube, but like in real life. Because I know a couple. But so we're gonna watch this. I honestly do not know what to expect from performance wise. But we are going to find out. I know. Okay, so they're at KCON at the time I'm filming this. I think KCON. I don't know when KCON starts. Around this time, it's probably definitely before my birthday, but before this video gets posted. But so now, because because there's a possibility that Stray Kids is going on tour, and it's like, okay, fine. If I can go, we'll see how much tickets are, right? Maybe. But ultimately, I am saving for when Anthem announces a world tour that includes the Americas, right? Okay. But here's the thing, I do not think it's going to happen this year. I don't. I generally do not. If anything, it probably will happen early next year. Why I say that? Because one, well, they're doing KCON, right? Two, they have their comeback in September. So by the time September comes and they do the promotion and whatnot, October. I don't think that October to like halfway in November, I think they're going to be getting ready for award shows and whatnot, depending on like what they get invited into. And then definitely not for December or January and then like beginning of February, because those are like majority of like the award shows and whatnot. So if anything, they'll probably like release it mid February, and then like concert won't start until like March, April. That's that is ideal, and I feel that is ideal for a lot of people because that gives people to save up money from the amount of tours and comebacks groups have had. Because I think possibly TXT might. So that's like another hype group. Boy Next Door is going on one uh, in October, starting in October, at least in like for US. That's another one. So it's like, and Hypen just came off theirs, and then Boy Next Door, and then probably TXT, probably would be like, and then BTS is currently right now. So it's like all the high groups are having tours. And I feel like because a lot of people are like multi stands, especially like of hype groups and Hype subsidiaries. I feel like I really hope it is next year. I really hope. Because it gives, like I said, time to save. Because I will be getting the VIP ticket for them. I will. I already told my mom, when they go on tour, I'm getting that ticket, and I do not care if I have to drive to Dallas for it again. Just as long as it's not at the American Airlines Center, I'm good. Like, I could, the Frost Bank, San Antonio, that's fine. You can come down to Houston. Anthem, come down to Houston, because apparently no one wants to perform here anymore. Please. So that's my birthday wish. That's my birthday wish, honestly. But enough with that. So let's get into it, shall we? 3, 2, 1. This is Red Hair Nicholas. Red Hair Nicholas. Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. I love. One thing I will say about Anthems, I love when they have matching outfits with like Anthem all over it. This outfit on Taki.
Let's roll. Hit that. I'm a werewolf, skin soul. All in the songs I got you. Put the beat down with my sharp hands. That's the master band. How about this? Christ, you know, don't go in. Better roll. Can't change now. I don't think you know this song's okay. That's my nature. Try to come and well in the night.
Oh, shoot. I swear it is so hard to have a bias in Anthem because I feel like every single time, and honestly, it's the same three people. It is Yuma, it is Joe, and then obviously Kay. But I feel like because I am a Nicholas bias, one, it's already hard as a Nicholas bias, okay? But then you have Yuma. It's okay. Well, K's obvious. K's obvious. Duh. It's mostly Yuma and Joe, who basically, when it comes to everything but performing, and this is why having a bias, an overall bias, in my mind is your one bias in a group is usually someone who you gravitate towards to for everything, like performance, vocals, rap, whatnot, variety shows. That's usually who my like main bias is. And then everyone else is a bias record. And then I will have concert biases or performance biases. Where that can be the same or it could be different or it could be multiple people. Because I will say Yuma, and I'm not really gonna say K because K is an obvious one for a lot of us. But specifically Yuma and Joe, when I see them perform, I gravitate towards them more than I do Nicholas sometimes. I remember when was like the first Anthem video was like what? Deer Hunter? And then I was like, oh, Joe. And then when Back to Life, yes, when Back to Life happened, I was like, Yuma and Joe. And so it keeps it like that's usually with that it changes, especially if I see them live. I know my like ultimate bias isn't going to change for Anthem, but my performance bias might, or one might get added to the bias list. But there's just something about when Anthem performs together, as soon as someone pops up on the screen, you are mesmerized, and it continues to happen every single time, even when they come back on the screen. That's when you know that their group are performers because they give you like 200% every single time without fail, and it just makes you want to watch them more. I love Anthem in a different way than I love Enhypen. And Hypen and Evan are my ride or dies. They are my alt group. They are basically my safe haven from like a lot of things. And nothing is going to change that. No one is really going to replace that. Some might get close, but they're never going to uh like recapture that feeling of like getting into K-pop and falling in love with this group from the get-go. Like nothing else is going to compare to that. But Anthem is different because I got into Anthem later than they debuted. I got into Enhypen when they debuted. I didn't know they debuted on a show, but like give and taken, I watched that probably like a week after it came out because it was just like recommended. So I was there, right? And Team, I was not because I got into them around like September 2024, so very late. So already with that, the love is different. There's still so much love. Yes, don't get me wrong. But it's a different kind of like connection and like safe haven that feels like okay, here's how we'll word it. And hypens are introverts that make me feel seen in a way that an introvert is seen, if that makes sense. Like they feel I see so much of me in them that that's where I stand with that, right? And team, I don't see myself in them. Some aspects, yes, but majorly, I do not see myself in them at all. But it's who I wish I would have been that I see myself in them. Like, I wish I was more outgoing, more affectionate, more friendly, like things like that. That's I see I see who I wish I would have become in Anthem. And I see myself what I currently am in Hypen. And it makes sense if you think about it, considering vampires, werewolves. Vampires are usually, you know, isolated, right? They're usually introverted. Werewolves, they're usually in packs. They're usually with family together. They're very playful and whatnot. And so, yes, the dynamics are different, but and the way I view the groups are different, but the love and like the ride or die factor for both groups are the same. Because I generally do not think I'm ever going to get these two groups again. Ever. I don't think that I'm going to find two groups that are like this, that feel like home and feel like, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna find it. And I know probably like a lot of y'all will probably agree with me on this. They are just so. And while there are groups who have very similar dynamics, it's just not. It's just not the same. It's just not the same, and it will never be the same. If like a group tries to recreate this, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same at all. But I don't even know how we got on this topic, to be honest. I really don't. I really don't. But yeah, like literally, I think, and obviously, it's just going to get more like affectionate when I see them live because I've seen Enhypen 3 times. So I've like experienced, right? And so that it made me like love them even more. And I feel like it'll be the same way with Anthem. I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna love them even more than I already do. But yeah, enough of that tangent because I don't even know how we got there, to be honest. But yeah, I just need them to go on tour. That's it. Please, 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 God. So that was Anthem. Wolf win or lose fight. Yeah. I really hope they do an album. I hope in the future that they'll do a webtoon, like a web anime for the webtoon, like how Enhypen has Dark Moon, Blood Altar. But yeah. So with that said, I will see y'all the next one. Bye.